Welcome to the third of Coaching the Un-Coachable. Now, we are at a fantastic venue called Marston Fields, just on the outskirts of Birmingham. Now, this is a venue which has got lots of carp, and it's also, some of the lakes have got lots of silvers. Now, what I'm doing today is we're on a practice day, and then tomorrow, Zsolt will be fishing another match. So he's setting up. Let's go and have a chat with him. Let's try, see what's going through his mind, because no one really knows what goes through his mind. So let's get back to him and see what he's going to be doing on today's Coaching and Coachable. Well, let's go and see what he's doing. Now, I've got my little Desi cam out here. Now, Zsolt, I ain't being funny, mate.
Hey, Des.
That, I've got Adam in the background, look. He's out filming, oh, sorry. He's out filming today because he's obviously doing Zolt's job. So the film will be so much better. But Zsolt, honestly, mate, it's an absolute tip. He has got stuff everywhere. But let's get down to the nitty gritty things of setting up. Now, it's quite nice today because they got a little match going on here as well. We're not actually fishing the match, but Zsolt is practicing. Obviously, practice day today, match tomorrow. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at his setup because that's really important. So I'm going to try and zoom out a bit. There you are. Right, let's have a look at his side tray.
Even the phone is too technical for you.
No, straight away, Zsolt, side tray.
What's wrong with my
your
side
XL hoodie? I think that should be on the front leg and then the middle leg rather than...
I can slide it like that.
Well, no, take it off.
It's perfect.
No, it's not. That needs to... Just do as you're told.
But I like it
no,
like
I
that.
don't care if you like it or not. When you're fishing the pole, you want everything up this end. So take it down. I'm not interested. No, you're not just fishing on the feeder. It's a pole competition.
No, it's
partly pole competition. It's not all going to be feeder.
Any method competition.
That's it. Now look, now you can slide that back a bit if you want.
Seriously?
Yeah, I am seriously. So you can bring that back. The nice thing about that, you can have. Oh, there you go. They've all started. Now you've got all your containers up here now. So if you are like, it's nice. You don't have to look back. So that's something you can learn straight away. Let's have a look around this side. So he's got all his keep nets, all his stuff there, look ready. I don't know what he's doing with that lot. And he's got his nice little side tray over there. Obviously today we were doing a bit of filming, obviously, so we got all this in the way as well. But that looks all right. What are you going to put on here?
All bits and bobs, my food.
There's no food, Zsolt.
It's food.
There is
definitely
no
food involved.
Listen to me, this is a coaching day. You do not have time to eat the food.
I brought you a sandwich.
I know, but I'm not even going to have time to eat it. I'm the one who's eating the food, you're fishing. So anyway, plan of action is, we are on Willow Lake, peg
17.
So, got a nice island out in front. What do you reckon, Zsolt? What's the plan? He's already got all the birds. He's got birds everywhere.
I definitely would say...
Look at them all. They've all come over to see him.
I definitely would say some feeder, method feeder to the island.
Yeah, definitely.
Margin.
Bear in mind, in this lake, there is not many silverfish. There's carp and F1s mostly. And
I have to fish shallow as well.
I don't know about shallow. Something we'll have to just try, see what happens on the bottom, because you can't set up too much today.
Yeah.
Because one, your brain can't take
literally,
that.
I brought with me even the kitchen sink.
Well, yeah, most of it looks like the kitchen's being redone at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, I think feeder, long pole, short pole, and then look, hopefully, in the margins.
How long pole you mean?
13, 11.5 to 13.
Okay, that sounds all right.
So we'll let him set that up, but it's you know, everything at the moment. Look at my box, look. It's all nice and clean. This looks like an absolute bombs at it. Where have you actually been fishing?
Last time it was Ferry Meadows.
Did you do any good?
No.
You've done all right, actually.
Second in my section.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, so we'll get set up, and then we'll talk you through. But that is set up at the moment. Looks pretty nice.
Thank you, Desmond.
But you need a rod rest on that. You're not having your rod set on there, are you?
Oh, thanks.
That's all right. I thought I'd just point that out.
I really appreciate that you remind me. Thank you.
Right, see you in a sec.
So guys, just an additional information. I made a sandwich for Des, full of a Hungarian chili. So, and he doesn't know anything about it. So we will see what's gonna happen. One for you, Adam. So, sandwich for Desmond. You know, if we feed him, he doesn't moan so much. So here we go, Desmond. Here is your sandwich.
Thank you very much. What is that?
It's a special sandwich
I don't like
for
that,
you.
because you've made that.
Huh?
You've made that.
It's some Hungarian sausage.
For God's sake. This is going to be absolutely
You
shocking.
will love it.
No, I won't love it.
You will love it.
There'll be what have you put in it? A Halsation or a Jack Russell? Something like that. What is that? Zsolt.
You will love it.
What's that bread? What's with bread? What's
That's the only one what I find.
It's full of cheese.
Be careful, don't.
Yeah, well, what's that inside apple? I'm not. There I go.
You will love it. Any good?
Actually tastes alright, actually. How many of them you got?
Quite a few.
Really?
Yeah. Is it good?
Well, we'll have one now, one about 12:30, and we'll smash one in on the way home. Thank you, Zsolt. It's very nice of you.
You're welcome. Is it not spicy or something?
No, it's actually all right. It's not
Really?
too spicy. No. What have you put in it? I reckon you've given me the wrong one.
Oh, I think I gave him a wrong.
You give me the wrong one, haven't you, you plank?
Yeah, looks
Yeah,
like.
that's all right.
I made a special one for you with some Hungarian chili, but it looks like that's the wrong one.
No, there's no. What's the chili? Is that the chili?
That green, that's supposed to be spicy.
No, I've not ate it yet. That's why.
Oh.
I'm taking that crap out of there. I
Don't-
don't want
don't-
it. I don't want the chili
I
in
want.
it. Fuck her off with your chili.
Is it spicy?
No, that's a pepper.
It's not spicy. It should be spicy.
Let me just stop you there, actually, because if I'd have had a problem with spicy food, I could be. You might have to get the air ambulance in. You didn't think about that one, did you?
It's not that spicy.
No, it has got a bit of a kick to it.
It's
now.
not the
It's on
California
the back
Reaper.
of my throat at the minute. But more importantly, I've just seen a fish caught. Oh, thanks, Zsolt. You get Adam one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think about everyone.
he won't eat it because he's on
He will have time.
vegetarian food, isn't he?
Is he? I thought that he's vegan.
Right, on the note, let's get going because we ain't got all day.
All right. Are you setting up the feed arrows for me?
Well,
You are really kind.
we've only got.
I didn't expect
We've
that.
only got a certain amount of time, and like you're so slow. So I'm actually setting up your feeder rod, which you decided to go for an 11-foot Superior X. Look at the state of it. Look, you've obviously fished with that, where you get all the crud off the lake, and you've not even washed it off.
I didn't have time to wash
That's
it.
not new graphics, ladies and gentlemen. That is crud off the top of the
That's
lake.
the new design of
Crust.
Preston Innovations.
No, it's not. It's a disgrace. So we've opted, or I've opted to put on a little ICS stem. Not sure about the feeder. Probably just fishing in a flatbed today, small, with a 360 bead. And what I've done is just tied that in a loop. So, no more stuff. So there's the little. I've actually put that on the wrong way round, Adam. Now that would have been good for Zsolt because
What you done?
I've actually hooked it through the bit you put the hook on.
Are you kidding me?
No, I got to redo that again. Sorry about that, Zsolt.
And he's the coach. Seriously.
No, but
he's
the
coaching
difference
me.
is, I seen it. You wouldn't have. You'd have just carried on using it until you'd lost the car and then moaned like hell something went wrong.
Des,
Sorry
are
about
we
that.
using the micros for
Both.
feeder or for...
No, you need to mix some ground bait up. Do all those micros. You need to do all those in a... No,
No, that's...
no, bigger container, Zsolt. Well, you can use one of them if you want. That's a new pellet wetter, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Makes sense. Anyway, let me redo this.
If we want to use for both, for feeder and pole, for how long I should soak
No,
it?
just do it the same. Just do it the same, about a minute.
Okay.
Just soak them for a minute. Like now in the water, look, because we're running out of time.
Should I
Yes, that's it. Go on, go on.
Should I hold it like that for
Don't
a
let
minute?
them go in the water. You'll be disqualified tomorrow.
Should I hold it
Well,
like
you'll
a
have to,
minute?
won't you?
Can you pass me one of the EVMOs, please? Thank you.
Honest to God. No wonder I've done that wrong.
Here we go.
About a minute, Zsolt, somewhere near a minute.
Should I time the minute?
Well, no, don't worry about that. Just a minute. Do you know what I mean? By the
Uh,
time I do this knot on the right end of that swivel, now, if you do use a 360 bead, do the same as what you normally do with a quick change bead. Tighten a loop, because nothing can go wrong. Like that, look. They're really popular, these are. Lick that knot so the bead goes over it a bit easier, because it is quite tight, that bead on there. But they're very, very good. Like that. I'll let Zsolt. That goes up in there.
Des, I brought
Hang
you,
on, I'm talking,
I brought you
Zsolt.
some protection.
I don't need to protect. I need protection from you. That's what I need. So that goes up in there, really nice and neat. I mean, I don't know whether you can actually use elasticated feeders on this venue, but we've opted to go for inline for Zsolt's. Well, personal preference. It keeps it nice and simple. And he's probably got not. Oh, there you go. He's probably not even got any elasticated
No,
stems.
I don't.
There you go. So it's just pointless talking about it. So yeah, nice and neat. That. Look at that. So they're that ready to go. I've set that up for him because he never had it
Micros
set
done?
up. Micros are done. Put that on the grass. Done. Don't keep looking at stuff. Why look at it for that long? Just out the water.
I'm enjoying
on
the
the grass.
moment.
Ground bait now.
What ground bait we want?
Match method mix. Thank you.
I
Thanks
have
for-
match method mix,
We
green
need some of that marine green.
salted caramel,
No.
and super crush green.
Have you got any marine green?
But yeah, marine green. Yeah.
Right. So what I would do is do 2 pints of marine green to 2 pints of match method mix, 50-50 mix. Job done today, because that marine green is really, really bindy.
Look at what
We'll have a
I'm
bit of haze on it if you want, a bit of corn. Corn's going to be a good bait on here, I think. No, we're not going to bother with hemp today. It's just, he's even got, this is what really bugs me, he's even got a new Centris SD reel.
Thank you. Can I use the other one?
Look at that reel, isn't it
That's-
lovely?
Should we use this
No, you
one?
don't want a 40 litre. We're not in Hungary. We're not balling it with Blubber and Joker Zsolt. And we don't want to make another island. You've got a great nest of oyster catchers on there, Zsolt. Look at them. Look at that. See that on the
That's
tip?
how deep is the water there?
I'm not going to tell you. You can work out yourself in a minute. That's why we're coaching, Zsolt. I'm not going to give you all the information. All I know is I'm having that reel when you're finished. Is that your sample reel for your filming?
Yes.
Not anymore, mate. It's coming back to Bristol. Let me tell you now. Oh. Do you reckon you get a better cast like that?
Yeah. Easy.
So much about that, to be honest.
Uh,
Do you want your speed clutch set? Are you listening? No. That's why it's called coaching the uncoachable. Because he doesn't listen. Oh, the oyster catcher didn't like that, Zsolt.
what's happening?
Well, he didn't like that. That 30 gram ICS went in, he was upset. you reckon you could catch an oyster catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that going off later on. Right, last chuck.
That wasn't so good.
What was wrong with that?
I don't know, I didn't like how it sounded.
No, you didn't take the information out about the lake, did you? Where I do, see? That's it. I'm not going to let you mess about that in a minute. Oh, look at that. I like that. What have you opted for an 11 foot and not a 10?
I don't have any 10 footer.
That's a good reason. Right, you can see him there, he's a bit confused with it all.
I am totally confused.
He's a bit
now.
messed up at the minute, but I just thought, this, right? I know people say to me, you pick on Zsolt, but let you tell me.
Yeah, you do.
He gives me as much grief as what I give him.
No.
Right, this is what I got to put with. So you got the 30-metre pole, yep, Superior carp, 13 metres, right, then you move up. Now, really it goes 13, 14, half and 16, but not when you're fishing with Zsolt. It goes 13 to 16, you know what I mean? It's just as well these are parallel sections really, because I don't know what would happen. And then he's got on the end, just for good measure, he's got 14 and a half. So you just imagine the mess he could get in when he's fishing and someone said to him, how far are you fishing out? Oh, I'm fishing 16, but he's not actually, he's fishing 14 and a half.
Actually, that's all of it because of you, because you're putting on me so much pressure that I can't even concentrate at what section I'm putting where.
You do have to come up with some absolute total tut. I've set your feeder rod up for you. I've done your ground bait for you.
But did you really do my ground bait?
You're just coming out with such absolute rubbish excuses.
As you there, can you move my roller, please?
Your roller's
not the
fine.
back one, the front one. That's the front one.
Why?
Because slightly on this way.
Yeah, no, because that wants to come round that way a bit, like that, look.
Yeah, but slightly this way.
No, why?
Because I can, yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. Well, I just thought I'd let you know that obviously when you're putting the pole together, try and use the graphics as a, you know, for normal people that would be normal, but not with him.
I'm going to change it.
Okay. Well, you need to be doing something, you're just running out of time. Right, we're on Desi Cam, we're just about, well, at last. It's been a long time coming this part actually. We are now putting rigs on.
Does.
Now it's quite deep this lake, Zsolt.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I did use that rigs before because it has got a hook on it.
That's disgusting, Zsolt. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be deep enough, mate.
No.
You'll have to excuse because there is some building work going on.
No, Des, have you got some?
Oh, no, I'm more interested in that dumper at the minute.
Desi.
No, he's turned it off. He's having his dinner.
Desi.
Yes.
Have you got some 4x16 F1 maggot?
What's you got two on there?
Yeah, but both of them is slightly shorter than.
Hang on.
Be.
He's already been told off by Adam Rumble because he's supposed to be prepared for this. So what? Right, black float you want? Black tip float.
Am I?
Yep. Well, look out there. Look, it's silver water, isn't it?
Is it silver?
Yes.
Okay.
So what have I got here? 4x16. No, 4x14.
No, you don't have neither.
Yes, I do have them, Zsolt. I told you before.
And you're telling me off.
Has that one got a... no, that was right.
Thank you.
4x6 now. We're putting a 4x16 on for what reason?
It's deep water.
It's quite deep.
And it's up. It's not that windy, actually.
No, it's a nice breeze, actually. I think it's going to be quite difficult tomorrow.
It is difficult already today, so...
Yeah, so anyway, obviously we're fishing for carp and F1s. There's not many silvers in here.
No skimmers, there's.
No, hardly any. So we've got a nice selection of pellets, 2, 4, 6 and 8s. Because we don't really know. When you come to a venue, we don't really know. Obviously, you've got to have a selection of bait. We have got some casters and we also got some dead maggots.
Des, actually,
I
wanted to ask you something.
We've got some ground bait. Go on.
Obviously, we are on commercial water today.
That's good observation, Zsolt.
Thank you.
We have got the cars behind us, and that's very good observation.
Thank you.
You know, there used to be a program called The Krypton Factor. You ever heard about it?
No.
No.
Never.
You wouldn't make
so
it.
my question is that how you
Yeah, go on.
how you decide that what method you're going to use it, because obviously you can use everything and anything
Yeah,
here.
you can. I think obviously got an island, haven't we? So that's going to be very good for method, stroke, probably straight lead. We can't do everything today. We've obviously found a little bit out. Well, we wouldn't be able to have time. We can't even set up what we're doing about like doing any other methods. So we are really basing around method, long pole, short pole, and possibly in the edge. I think because we come the other week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And in the edge, I think we're talking big fish. You're talking like 7 to 12, 15 pound fish. I think they're going to come in really late.
Desmond?
Yes. Don't tell me you ain't got a plummet.
No, I do have a plummet. I don't have a hook. What I put the plummet on.
Yes, you've got some GPMs.
What size?
16. Pre-tied, 4 inch is fine.
I have 18, 14 or 12.
No. Right. So 16.
Or 16 SFLB.
No, you want 16 GPM. Because I think you'd be fishing a bit heavier than over 11.
I bought the wrong box.
Great.
Have you got any?
Yeah. Of course I got me a box with me, Zsolt.
Thank you.
Let's have a look. SFL, GPM, GPM band.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
We're going to go GPMs at the moment.
We're fishing with hard pallet, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. It's really kind of you, Des.
Yeah, well. So what we going? GPM?
GPM 16.
Yeah.
On 013.
Oh, that's perfect. It's just what you needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely. Thank you, Desmond.
That's called a little bit of prep.
Prep, yeah.
Which is what we have to do.
I just leave it here. Just leave it there.
Yeah, all right, we'll leave it there.
Just leave it there, Des.
So we're going to start on hard pellets out there, I think. See what happens. Oh, there they go. We've got a load of those. You can make them out. Look at them. Looks like we've got a family of oyster catchers over there. I think they like Zsolt.
I hope so.
I don't know how or why.
You don't like me.
Yes, I do. I just find you very annoying sometimes when you're setting up.
You are very annoying as well.
So nice plummet on there. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Long pole, short pole, down the edge and the method. And then we'll see how we get on. We might change things round with baits and that as we go. But we've got to start somewhere. It is a bit of a practice day. The guys that are fishing the match, which are around here, look, they got a bit of space. And it's fishing quite difficult. But the wind is off their back there. I think you're going to have to draw these sort of pegs tomorrow. Oh, down in the wind. I think they're going to be an absolute screamer tomorrow. So Zolt's going to have to get his drawing arm in. It's really slow.
Never happened.
No, we could be in a bit of a problem. So anyway, let's get these poles plumbed up and ready to go. Plumbing up now. We just started plumbing up. This is a big thing because we've never fished this lake before. So we've gone out to 13 because that's the sort of, you know, when it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like the easiest of fishing situations. It's quite deep. So when you lower your plummet in, just lower it in nice and like softly, not like you're trying to knock a 6-inch nail in. Trying to get that on. Now come back a bit. I'm going to try and film this for the general public because it's important.
You and your filming skills.
Yes, I know, they're brilliant, thanks. So it does come up a bit, doesn't it, as you come back?
Yes.
Yeah? You can see it's float there, look.
Yeah,
right. So keep coming back. Lift it up a bit and drop it back down.
Yeah.
So that comes up quite severe there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now, that's solid bottom for certain. So that's quite different to a lot of lakes you go. I think that's quite different to a lot of lakes you go to. So go back out to 13 because I think you've got to fish 13 today. Because looking around, it ain't going to be like easy. So, well, hang on, I'm close up on you, showing all your spots. Right, so Just push it out a little bit off the end of the pole. Don't put another section on. Just push it out and see if it's still going. I think that's the bottom there. That's like the bottom of the actual lake.
Yes.
So you've plumbed up bang on there, haven't you?
Thank you.
Body of the float, yeah. Body of the float just out. There, look. I've even zoomed in on that. Right, so first impressions for me is that short line, right? You might have to have a little bit further out. If them fish ain't coming in numbers, instead of fishing like a top kitten 2, which is probably the most favourable thing to do, you might have to fish a top kitten 3.
Top kitten 3.
But we'll leave that rig as it is, because that's done now, really, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's bring that back, cut your line down. So I thought I'd just do a little Desi cam thing on that, because, yeah, you'd have to cut that down. We might just get out on the top kit, it's quite deep. Adam's scratching his head there, look. He's thinking, what are these two like? Let's do a close-up of Adam, because no, that's our media manager. That's what I got to put up with week in, week out. Isn't it, Zsolt? He gives you some grief, mind, doesn't he?
No, he's good as gold.
Yeah, you would say that on film,
He's good as gold.
Yeah, of course you would, Zsolt. Haven't got the bottle. Oh, here he goes, he's measuring.
You see, I'm remembering.
Yeah, well done. So what are we doing?
The last time we spoke, when I asked you that what's supposed to be the distance between the pole tip and the float, you said, we figured it out, that literally is the distance between the two legs, the front leg and the middle leg.
You sure didn't set on your foot plate?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or was it?
Was it that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I thought it might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd put another 2-inch on that, I would. So anyway, that's what we've plumbed up the long line, and then we'll do a little bit more filming when we do the short line, because it's all really important for everybody to, and it even down the edges as well. We don't know yet because we're just basically getting going. But what we learned from we done a new product launch the other week up here, and it was so obvious that the big carp especially, come, and you'll find this on a lot of venues. I got caught out, I've been caught out several times on venues that I don't know, that the carp, Larford's a classic. If you go on the Match Lake, they come in and feed in really, really shallow water. Meadowlands is another one on Lansdowne. I got caught out there, and yeah. So, you can just get out. Oh, it's close. You can just about get out on the top, because that shows you how deep. Them top kits are 2.4, and we've only got about 14 inches of line between the float and the top kit.
Oh, does.
Yeah, big bruiser going past.
Hello.
Look at him, look. No, that's a good one. Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll get another couple of rigs on, and we'll talk you through the plumbing up, because it's really important.
Just remember that's my birthday. Just remember.
I don't want to know your birthday.
Why? You should.
I'm never going to get anything, are you?
You should buy me a present
right,
every single year.
Zsolt keeps having a go at me, saying I don't know the code of his phone. It's my birthday, he says. Well, I don't know his birthday.
You should.
No, I don't want to know your birthday. Right, so we're just plumbing up this inside line. Now, just show everybody, Zsolt, how shallow it is close in. All right, and don't bother.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, come in. So that's a top kit in. That's a top kit in one, isn't it? No, where are you going now?
No, that's the top kit.
No, I need you to show people.
So
basically,
where I'm going,
it's very, very shallow, short, isn't it? Like short. So that's a top kit in 2. Like, that's probably like 3 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they could come into that late on. But if we go out on a top kit in 3, that's what I said. As soon as I started plumbing up, my sort of gut feeling was you might have to just. There, that's nice. All right, come back, because there's no point plumbing up there. You've got just move your float up down a foot. It's like I've always said to people when they're plumbing up. Plumb up, get your float near the water surface. Don't get plumbing up too much with a load of float stuck out the water. That's wrong as well, how you move that float. Yes, you always use the stem to move it down, not the body. Because what happens? You can snap the carbon.
Yep.
If you're moving it up, So if you're making it deeper, you grab out of the body and move it up. If you're making it shallower, you grab. Right, let's have a look at that. So that's a top kit in 3. Obviously every lake in the country is different. Right, just come back a tad. Whoa, a tad, not 6 foot. Right, come back a little tiny bit more. So that just keeps coming up at us, that solid bottom out. Yeah, so go back out, right out to top 6 again. So top kit in 3. Right, just push it out a little bit, and I think that's going to probably go a bit deeper.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a lovely sort of shelf to fish on. So get yourself all marked up on your pole.
Does it mean that I need to flick the rig?
No, not necessarily. We can try that. We might not even catch there, but get yourself all marked up, nice. Get your have a little plumb around on that area, and try and find a nice flat area where you're happy with it. See that there looks really smart there, doesn't it? That looks really like flat, that bit there.
Yes. Here is slightly deeper,
it's a bit
on
rocky.
the right.
So what can you mark yourself up to, like? You've got plenty of markers in the background. You've got the H2O.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Well, not that lorry that's moving though.
No.
Don't do that, look. Do you know what I mean? You know why, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because it's moving. Thank you.
That's what I love about this coaching Un-Coachable. Right, so you want to probably take a little tiny bit off of that. But you could, if you wanted, flick it out past, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Right, so get to the end of your pole. That's the main thing, is make sure you are nice and comfortable and on the end of your pole. And that plumbs up, look. Like I've always said, body just out of the water.
That's perfect.
Perfect, right? Marked up, ready? So come back, adjust that line between your float and your pole, or elastic in your pole. And that rig's done. We are actually ready now. It is, sorry about that. It is, oh, it's 12:30. We've just got going. Bear in mind, we started about 9:30. He's still on panic mode.
A bit.
So we are ready to go now. Now, first thing is, we're going to start on a method because there is actually a little match here, and it's pretty slow at the moment. They've only been going about an hour or so, but it's a bit slow.
Desmond,
so we're going to do.
Are we starting?
Well, I think we should start with just micros around the method, Zsolt.
Okay.
So we've got a little pink band them on, just to start with, and we might have to change. So we're just going to load that up. Little 30-gram ICS method flatbed, nice and easy. And then start over to the far bank. We have actually cast out at the start to.
Where did you flip up?
Towards where those oyster catchers are on the bank, so don't get it in them because they're protected. We've got a little nest for the oyster catcher birds over there. So it's Zsolt's first cast.
Ooh. I think that. Can we start again?
No, we're not starting again. So that was the first cast. Now, bear in mind, is what I would call his, what would you call it? Yeah, his forte is feeder fishing.
I never said that.
Not so sure about that, Zsolt.
I never said that.
No, but we did. Anyway, let's go through that again. So we're best of at the start. We're not going to start on the pole because it is quite tough at the moment. Now, different venues, obviously, but with that island over there looks really nice. So we're going to start over there. That's better. Oh yes, Zsolt. That was like a whoa! Don't whine.
No.
Just get the line down. Get it on your rest. That's it. Oh, your rod's about a metre off the water. So you want to adjust all your butt rest and everything. Now, obviously, the things that I'm looking for is obviously liners, trying to get some sort of a response. I mean, we're starting on 2 mils around the feeder because there is a lot of large carp in this lake. And let's see what happens. I don't think they're going to be easy to get on the hook though. So stopwatch will be handy. Zsolt, you got your stopwatch? No. It's like he's having a workout trying to find his stopwatch. Oh dear, it does make you laugh.
Yes!
Yay, he's found it. Yeah, that isn't a stopwatch. What is that? It looks like it's been run over by a train. I'll tell you what, shall I give you a proper stopwatch?
Ah, is it gone?
You are. You are, have that one for the time being. Oh, I use that one then, if that's what you want.
I forgot how to use it.
So anyway, we are starting on the method.
Yeah.
First off, we're just going to put micros round. And then next stage really, that's a liner. No, see, I just said that was a liner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what did you strike for?
That's
he's foul hooked it on the way.
Great start.
That's a fantastic start, Zsolt, well done. Oh, and he's lost his bandem. So this is obviously, I'm trying to keep a straight face here, it's not easy. Obviously we got a little bit of this, like, because there's a few people on here fishing today, it's quite nice in a way, because you can sort of say that it's fishing quite difficult at the moment. So yeah, we're going to start with, go back over, but it might be the case of putting neat ground bait round, if they're not really having a go, but we'll start on that, because that's what we always do, start on micros, hopefully get a few fish, and then work from there. I'll obviously feed the long pole line, just ping a few pellets out roughly with a catty. Just gonna chuck back over. Very nice, Zsolt, very nice. Steady, steady. So we're going to keep going on that for a little bit, and we'll get back to you hopefully when he's playing a fish.
Yeah, it's on.
We've got so much equipment out here today, honestly.
I think it's recording.
We've got cameras, it's like the CCTV of a prison.
Now it's recording.
Well done. So anyway, we've just started, had a few chucks on the method, and it's had some liners, but no bites. I think they're going to be really tricky to catch. Now, straight away in my mind, obviously we're using little bandems, pellets, and when they're really, really tricky to catch, sometimes you can't leave your feeder out there long, you've got to be in and out. Really, really.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah, he's not put his stopwatch on.
Here we go.
And we'll just see what happens. I think they're going to be tricky to catch. So what you want to do is just get the catapult now and ping a few 4mm out at 13 metres. So obviously when you're doing this, you want to be priming up your other lines.
Des, how I know how far is the 13
Well, just
meters?
guess 13 metres. It doesn't have to be exact. That was probably more like 14 and a half, that. But because there's a carp lake, that's better. But you want to be like where you plumbed up.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'd be doing, just pinging a few pellets out. Not too many, that'll do.
Oh, okay.
Just to get a baiting, because we just started. Now nothing's moved this time. The tip's not moved, no liners, no nothing. It was just like, there was a few fish there when we first went in. They might have spooked off. There's a little indication then. Now my first impressions are, right,
Going
it's going
to be
to
a
be
hard
tricky.
day.
It's going to be tricky. No, it's going to be tricky. And lakes like this with big carp in it, sometimes they just start feeding. See, the thing is as well for me, Zsolt, what I've been told this morning by Dale, innit?
Dale, yeah.
There's not so many silverfish in this lake. So, if they are really, really tricky to catch, you don't have to wave them through. You don't have to wave them through. It's not a train station. Do Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're on the way.
Well, you never know. It might end up having to fish like natural bait. Sometimes,
maggots?
Maybe maggots. Well, we've got maggots and casters. There's another liner there. So at the moment, we're just going to have a few casts on the method feeder with micros. I'm not going to leave it out there very long. I think if you're going to get a bite here, it'll be quite quickly on the method. So bring him back in. Zsolt. Yeah, we don't just sit there having a cookie. You know,
I didn't have a cookie. You eat all of my cookies.
And then the next stage we'll be introduce some ground bait, and then see. Hopefully they'll start eating like the bandams and pellets, and if not, we have to change the maggots, because sometimes they can be very, very like choosy on what they'll pick up, because they'll be eating all these like 2 mil pellets and leave everything else. It just depends on the venue and on the day, really. Well, we've started fishing and it's quite difficult, Zsolt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stone hard.
So what we've done, we've had one decent carp right against the island, literally nipping the grass. We're still feeding some pellets at 13 metres, and we've left the other lines at the moment just to see, because looking around, there's, like I said, there is a match on here as well. We're not actually in the match. That's tomorrow. But I said to Zsolt, I reckon it's fishing hard. Let's come off the island. So we've wound back. That's the nice thing about having 2 line clips on your reel. So we've left the original line clip against the island, wound back 4 times. We've put a large feeder on. That's a little stocky carp, but the way it's fishing, and we could be on this lake tomorrow. There's 2 lakes in tomorrow. There's this one, and there's one next door. Now the one next door, there's a lot of bream and skimmers in there. By all accounts, someone had 90 pound of silvers there the other day. But Dale said in this lake there's not so many. So Zolt's just had like a 2.5 pounder. Nice fish. So we've put, at the moment, we've put a large ICS on, and we've just started catapulting a few 6 mils. Change that pellet, Zsolt. So we've gone back to 6 mils. Just a 6 mil that we're feeding over the top. And putting 2 mils around the feeder, but with large feeder. And sometimes when it's fishing difficult, because it is like, you know, you think the fish this time of year would be looking for a bit of bait, and when you're leaving it out there a little bit longer, sometimes putting a feeder on, a larger feeder, can help. So no, micro Zsolt. So we've got the large mould out, the large feeder on.
Double loading?
No, not double loading, just single loading. So filling the mould virtually up to the top, putting your hook bait in the middle. The Desi cam's on charge at the minute. We've been doing a bit of Desi cam in this run out. Plus Zolt's been on Instagram and all that, doing his stuff. So make sure, force that right on, Zsolt. Give it a good squeeze. Well, get it out of the mould and squeeze it in your palm as well. So don't just squeeze it as hard as you possibly can to get it on there. Yep. And then chucking it out. Same sort of position. And it's just something we thought we'd try, because if it is a difficult day, we might even have to set a, well, that's quite a way off to the right, but we'll leave it. And it takes a little time, you know, when you're method feeder fishing, it takes a bit of time to get into the swing of chucking it in the same spot and that. But we thought we'd just give it a try, and then what we're doing is pinging a few 4s at 13, and then we'll make our mind up. I think these fish in here, like the edges, because it's quite shallow a long way out, I think the edges that they'll come in, they'll either come in or they won't, and they'll probably be big. In my mind at the moment, if it fishes like this tomorrow on this lake, we're going to have to make a decision what to do on this sort of top kit and free line. It might end up even being a maggot job. No, look, see that move then? You've got to go so careful. Yeah, I know, but you put any tension on that tip, it's like the feeder's moving along the bottom. I did say this, when you cast out and hit the clip, you've got to go very careful. You know, literally no pressure at all, because it does, I think the bottom's so clean there that you can actually move the feeder along the bottom, which is, you know, a definite no-no when you're fishing a method. You just want it to melt down and your hook bait.
Don't move the feeder, yeah?
Don't move the feeder. Just got to be very, like, smooth. Do you know what I mean?
I am.
Not aggressive. So, hopefully, there's a few 6 mils over the top. Luckily, the wind's sort of turned off our back slightly, so we can get a few 6 mils out there. And then chuck the feeder over it. I mean, that's the sort of thing that I look for, especially on the lake, when you do plumb up and it's a bit shallower a long way out from the bank.
Yes, can I use a stronger catapult?
You can use a stronger catapult, Zsolt. It's not a problem.
Your biscuit?
Oh, I might have to polish a couple off in a minute. So that's where we are at the moment. It is slow, but we're trying to field our way into it, trying to learn a few things. Knowing Zsolt's luck, we probably won't be on this lake tomorrow, and then we'll be on a different lake, and the fishing will be probably completely different. But you can only, you know, you can only work with what you've got. And I thought it's just worth coming off the island a little bit. I've been to several venues in the past, and sometimes just plonking the method, even in open water sometimes, you can catch more fish like that. You never know, late on in the day, they might start. Hey up, Zsolt, he's on then. There you go. So we've had another carp, or is that silver?
I think it's a silver.
Is it? Well, it don't matter, it's a bite though, isn't it?
Tiny carp, maybe.
So there's obviously a few stockies in here by the looks of it, so it's just nice to get a few bites where I think if you're fishing right tight over, at the moment, it's not that small. So that's the sort of thing that goes through my mind. Oh, he's lost that. Look, never mind, Zsolt. Change that pellet again. So we'll go through that again. So at the moment, that's what we're doing. We've got plenty of time. We haven't long started. So there might even be a case tomorrow to set a bomb rod up and chuck a bomb over that as well. So with a bomb with an 8 mil or a 6 mil pellet. But hopefully this will get going. Once Zsolt settles into it a bit, we'll be away. But like that short line, if it's fishing hard, that's something we're going to have to work on a little bit later in the day of what we do there, because that long line, not sure what's going to happen. We're just feeding 4 mils at the moment, and then obviously when we try and learn a little bit about the method side of things, we'll have a go on the long pole. So we'll get back to you later on. Zsolt's playing another fish on the method. Only a little baby carp, but there's certain things, them little fish they don't seem to be going tight to the island. They seem to be off in deeper water, and at the end of the day we are learning a little bit, which is the main objective of today. So just changing that feed. We can always change back to a small ICS, but changed up to a big one.
Change the pellet, yeah?
Change the pellet every time, Zsolt. Firing a few 6 mils over the top. And yeah, it's always a little bit tricky. Always a nice big fish just top there, about 16, 18 metres out. But what he's got to do is make sure he casts out, he hits that clip. And Zsolt's got a habit of like winding in 2 or 3 times. So he's been told off about that. It's like, hit the clip.
I've been told off for everything today.
Yes, I know, Zsolt, but we are trying to help, like the calls. So just 2 mils over the top, just keeping them damp because it's drying out, because the sun's finally come out. So nice big ICS mould, and you'll see now when he casts how far off we are. Probably 3 meters, I would say. And then he's just you've got to take your time, just take this side of things. I've said to him, slow down, there's no rush, get the line down because you've got a side wind on, And the windier it is, the more time you've got to take to get that line down. And yeah, so we've had a few fish now. And this is the sort of line you can build up. So catapult a few 6s out. Got a bigger catapult out as well, just to get them out. It's nice to feed 6s, smaller pellet, when it's fishing a bit difficult. Feels like you can sort of get the fish competing a bit more. Yeah, 30 metres with 4s. Drag the rod in when you get a bite. So you've got to keep them literally every cast and get them to pick that catapult up. And like I said, the short lines at the moment we're not feeding because I just think we're trying to learn a little bit about the venue and, you know, what we can do on this feeder, because this could be really important for the first 2 or 3 hours of the match tomorrow. I think it's a 5.5 hour match tomorrow. I think so. So yeah, just trying to get a few bites now, which is what we want. Nicely presented, Zsolt. Nicely presented.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that my float?
Yes, it is.
No. Let this. Beep beep. Might have to.
Can you take off a shot, please? I'm just guessing where is my float. Honest, actually, I can see a bit.
Well, we'll take a spin off in a minute.
Thank you. It's really kind of you.
That's all right. I didn't know you were swimming. Oh, hello. That was a bite. Hey, Zsolt, go on. Well, what a pathetic strike that was. What was, you know... Right, take one of those little baby... There was a roach, I think. Take one of those stocks off, because we need a bit more float. Even I got a job to see that. Do you want me to bite him off?
Yeah.
Bring him out, because you'll probably bite the line.
Yeah. Should I try?
Right, just put a few more pellets in. At least you had a bite. Well, I think it was a roach.
It was something tiny.
Might be a gudgeon.
You had a gudgeon?
I had a perch. No,
yeah.
There's a bit of stuff on your hook length in there, on your hook, or no?
No.
No, it's come off. There's a little bit of grass on there, I think. Right, so obviously we've been feeding that from the start, and you know, you're thinking that hopefully we'll have a few fish settle on it. And just lift that rig out now, Zsolt, or up in the air, let it come over the top of your pellets and then drop it down.
Oh, here we go, that's much better.
Well, at the moment, it's not settled properly yet. That's better. Don't try and strike this time. Well, was that a bite? Oh, yes, there's a few fish there.
Should I think some pellet?
Yeah, in a minute. Another bite?
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, let's hope it is like big fish. Can do.
Oh God, that's...
Hey up, Zsolt. That's what we want.
Hello.
Oh, let me get the cam on, hang on.
Come on.
Low battery, it says.
What?
Oh, we're back on Desi cam. We've gone out on the pole. After priming it with the cat, we've just gone out now with a cab pot on. Oh, it looks a bit out of focus. Oh, there we go. So we've gone out there, and he's looked at... Oh, Zsolt. Fouled up, I reckon.
Nobody likes it.
Well, not really. Right, change that pellet. So just got 6mm. 6mm on the hook.
Small 6mm.
Yeah, small 6mm. And then hopefully, we had a few stucky carp on that method. And I just said, look, we need to try the pole. We've been going for like an hour. Watch that, run that line around the pot, look. So let's have a look now, see if we can get a response. Well, that's good though, because it is fishing quite difficult. And just to get a bite on the pole pretty quick. We did have a little baby fish on, I think it might have been a roach. And that was Zolt's second bite. So we've gone from catapulting to cad potting, but we might have to pick the catty up. And this is what Zolt's got to sort of try and get into tomorrow. Sometimes you've got to keep catapulting to get the fish. Go on then, Zsolt, drop him down. It's certainly not going to be an easy one.
When you're choosing the catapult and when you're choosing the catapult?
Well, yeah, there's an indication straight away then, which is good. Well, I think if you sit there for a little while, what my sort of feeling is, you can, whilst you're on that feeder, you want to be doing something. You don't want to be, you know, you could go out there with a pot now and again, but it's so easy in it to pick a catty up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And just prime it. You're just priming it up really. And then when we go out there, just stop pinging and see if, you know, because obviously with the catty, you run the risk of bringing them off the bottom. But if it's fishing hard, sometimes just catapulting, you can't beat it. A little bit of noise, you know, a bit of an area, and you know, you've got to be doing something whilst you're fishing something else. It is a carp water. That was a bite, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It is primarily, or this lake is mostly carp. If it was an F1 lake, you know, if it was full of F1s, it'd be different. You could probably, you know, cad pot everywhere and catapult when you're trying to look to fish shallow. Let's just hope that we get some bites on this. So there's a liner. Oh no. Oh, this is all right. That's it. Well done, mate. That was a nice bite. Slow, wasn't it? Not a big fish, but it doesn't matter. We're getting bites. That's the main thing. I'm not sure what that is. Little stocky carp, I reckon. Oh, mate, look at him. That is a stocky. I think that's a homebredder, that. Hold him up for the people at home, Zsolt. Look at that. Oh, Zsolt, you made my day. But, you know what they say, start off small. Yep. So that's good. At least we had a few bites. So, yeah, we're just going to plunder on with that, and I'll get back to you in a bit. But we have lost one decent fish on that. But everybody else on this lake, it is a bit of a struggle at the minute. But things can change very quickly on a lake like this with big carp in. So let's let him settle down into that. So it's a nice and easy rig anyway. It's 4x16, little bolt, couple of droppers, got 16 GPM to 013 and 017 mainline. And then we can chop and change if we need to. The short line at the moment, we're just keeping our eye on this, and I might make a decision then, because we are just trying to learn for tomorrow as well. But we're just going to carry on with this. 4 mils. We can always add a few 6 mils in that as well, but we're just carrying on with a few 4s. And no, we don't want to confuse them too much. So I'll get back to you in a bit, and hopefully he'll be netting a big 10-pounder. Oh, little stockies, isn't they? I reckon that's what's that on the feeder itself sometimes. What was he saying? Swing him, Zsolt.
No.
Yeah, swing him. Oh, it's a 10.
A tinker.
We'll have him on the Barbie. It's a Barbie tench.
Tinka, tinka.
Oh, Zsolt, hello, tomorrow.
Morning.
Warning, your float's gone under. Warning.
Morning or morning.
Right, we're on the Desi cam. Now, we took a bit of a gamble because it is one of them days at the moment. It's very, very slow. But we've come on the short line, so top kitting free. And I said to Zsolt, because of that, because we're obviously trying to learn what, you know, from the long line. If we went out there and it was going to be absolutely mega, then we could have fed differently short. Watch it, Zsolt. So we've just come on that top kitting free. Now, before we went on it, I said to Zsolt, just feed it like, just sensing that it's fishing hard, just put half a pot of micros in. We had a nice big roach, about 10 ounce, but he's just latched into this. Don't know what it is. Oh, it's a decent fish, isn't it?
It's a good fish.
So, yeah, so it might just be a micro job. You know, putting micros around. There's a few fish being caught on a method. So that's what it's all about, trying to learn a little bit. I'm just we could be on the other lake, so that could be completely different, which is what you put up with nowadays as part of it. So that was on a hard 6mm over micros. That's a better one, Zsolt. So it's nice for him to just come in short. You know, these fish on these lakes will fish on very, very quickly. And that's what you've got to try and do. I think tomorrow, if we're on this lake, I think we've got to be very technical, if you like, which could be a problem with Zsolt. Could be a big problem, actually, to be honest.
We should do something simple.
Even Adam's smiling in the background because he knows exactly what he's got to put up with tomorrow.
He's not here tomorrow.
He's not here tomorrow. He's lucky. He's very, very lucky.
You can come tomorrow.
You can come? Come on, Adam. Come with us tomorrow.
One day with Zsolt.
That's not a very nice thing to say about you, Zsolt, is it? So this guy over here who's fishing the match day, he's catching a few fish on a method, but obviously we didn't want to stay on that all day because we need to try and learn. Now, the next stage for us, time-wise, is I think these fish are going to be really moody when and if they come down the edge. Now, I think these big fish, probably a lot bigger than what that one is, will come down the edge really, really late. Unless you've got the wind pumping into your bank. Well done, Zsolt. So we've got to think about that in the next sort of last knock-ins, hour and a half to go. I reckon we've got to start feeding micros down the edge. So all we done with that, so I'm going to get him to do that again. I've got a medium cad pot on there, put in micros in, and he just chucked a few 4mm over the top and caught that carp. So, but what you got to remember is, obviously, you can't ignore the other lines. You've got to keep them other lines going. So ping a few pellets at 13, and then think about your edge line, because you can see from the keep net, it's really, really shallow on this lake. Now, whether that's the same all the way around, I don't know. But if they come in the edges, the thing is, down to our left here, we've got a little bit of cover. It's quite nice. It's actually quite deep down in here, and I don't think you're going to be able to see them if they come in. So yeah, so we got a 4x14 F1 maggot on there. We stuck with F1 maggots because I thought there was going to be some F1s and bits and pieces, a little bit more sensitive, but they're good all-round floats anyway. So he's going to just fill that with micros. Be quite positive, because we are fishing for carp.
I like to be positive. Can we ball in?
No, we're not going to ball it in. So yeah, hopefully this will be the start of the fish coming in. Tomorrow, possibly the long line might not even be worth bothering with. Not too sure yet, but we'll carry on and see what comes along. Oh, that's all right. Whoa, steady. It's a skin bob. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bream.
Come on,
Oh,
Bream.
mate.
Look at him.
Tell you what.
Hello.
Tell you what, micros would be the crack here, wouldn't they? What do you reckon, Ad? Micros. I'm going to get a tin of corn out in a minute, because I reckon... let's have it here, then. And I'll get I reckon just introducing a little bit of corn might be quite nice on that. And we can always take the hook off and... Right? Yeah. Just throw a few fours over the top like you did just a minute ago. Over top the float would be handy. That's better. You lined up to your marker where you've been putting those micros in? The thing is with those micros, I think it drags when it's hard. Why are you fishing over to your left now? Because just a minute ago you were to your right. It feels like you're in a different part of your lake now. Well, I don't know what you're lining up with, but sat here, 1 minute you're like over there, then you're over to the left. So wherever you are you marked up with that pylon?
I didn't mark up with...
Oh! Roachies.
That's a small fish, isn't it?
I would have thought so, yeah. Not being funny, Zsolt, I don't think there's many tiny fish. So, like, the thing is on that line, it can... Well, not being funny, you've had a 2.5 pound bream, haven't you? Yeah. It don't take long, you get them, few of those mixed in with your carp.
I would love to.
Oh, hello. Just thinking about corn could be a good bait, you know what I mean? I don't know. Unless we'll introduce a bit in a minute.
What, to feed or?
Yeah, to feed, then we could always change the hook and try a bit on the hook. Because then bream and that, if they get, oh, hold on, mate. That's bream, isn't it?
Bream.
No, I ain't being funny. They're worth catching. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we'll have a bit of Desi Cam with that going on. No, I thought I'd do a bit of Desi Cam stuff because we got another bream on there. He's not foul hooked, he's actually gone around his fin. Now these fish, I think this lake's...
It's in the mouth.
Yes, alright, Zsolt, we believe you, we believe you.
No,
that's on our 6 we have just got a tin of corn out because that's the whole point of having a bit of a practice thing, because we don't know it, and for Zsolt and me, we haven't got a clue about this venue, and that's showing.
Especially me. That
is showing actually, Zsolt, today. For both of our sakes. I'm actually sat on my foot plate at the minute because my legs were hurting, so I put them out. There we are. No, they didn't want to have a look at him.
Oh, sorry.
They weren't interested in the size of that bream. So, putting those micros in, same thing as what I've always said in like the videos I do, especially where we're fishing on that hard bottom, those micros could be very, very important. It just drags fish in your peg. Some days, if it fishes well, you can just ping bigger pellets, and no problem at all. I've been sat here watching Zsolt fishing, I'm thinking, we'll leave that short line, we'll see what happens with the long line. If the long line's solid, and I sort of thought when we were fishing the method it wasn't going to be... Just check your shot in, Zsolt. So we thought we'd have a bit of a gamble, put some micros in. We've had a decent carp and we're getting bites, and that's the best line. The long line's been really slow. So I said to put those micros in. And yeah. I'll tell you what we will do, Zsolt, next cast, start putting like 4 or 5 bits in your pot as well of corn. Yeah, and we'll try it, do you know what I mean? Because if them skimmers do, the nice thing about corn, if them carp come late, meat's not allowed on this venue, but if it was, I think it'd be amazing. I think you could put a piece of meat on there. You could even bulk it out with feeding corn and meat, and I think them bream and that, they love it, but unfortunately it's not allowed. And it's just one of them things, just got to deal with it. But for me, there's no better bait than meat when things are like a little bit slow. You can just throw a few bits of meat there going on it, and it can transform your peg late on. And looking at it at the moment, I mean, we've still got a while to go before we pack up, but I think you'll be concentrating on, it may be worth going in short at the start, just to have a look on this line if we're on this lake. Then I think it's going to be a method. Yep, well done. Decent roach. Thing is, these silvers in here, I think that's a decent roach. What's that? Another tench again? No, don't know. Little carp. It's Terry. Good old Terry. Yeah, so we're getting bites.
That's slightly bigger than the previous.
And you make your own luck on this. If we can get the timing sort of half right tomorrow, I think Zolt's going to have a great day's fishing. Right, come on Zsolt, get out there fishing again. So yeah, match-wise, I think it's quite nice actually having these guys fishing the match round us, because it sort of just shows you. These are obviously local guys that come here every week. It's sort of like certainly not playing ball today, but I bet you none of them's fed micros where we fed them, and at the moment that is getting us plenty of bites. So that's something we've learned. But Zsolt, just put a little bit of corn in now, 5 or 6 grains of corn with your micros, yeah. Because we need to go and not get you to put a big pot of micros in down the edge in a bit.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what we're doing at the minute. Definitely learnt a little bit there. That's it, man. Come on then, great big 15 pound. It's going to be tough tomorrow, mate.
I know.
I think what we've learnt today, oh hello, might have been a roach that. There's a few roach feeding, isn't there?
Yep.
Realistically today, on this lake, I think you're going to have to, sort of concentrate on method bomb and possibly some fish down the edge if you're lucky at the end. On this lake anyway, there's people today that have caught down the edge and there's people that haven't. I think the long pole really is, it's going to be a tricky one because there doesn't seem to be a lot of fish on that long pole either.
The short line.
The short line, there was
okay,
a few, yeah, because you had 2 big skimmers. I think
we can call them Bream.
well, they're Bream, aren't they? They're 2.5 pound a piece. So I think tomorrow, if we draw near, oh hello, that was a decent bite. It might have been a roach. I don't think it was probably a roach. I think realistically, the match finishes at 4 tomorrow. I think the edges really, you'll just be chucking a little bit of loose feed down there until probably an hour and 15 to go. Do you know what I mean?
There's definitely some fish there.
Yeah, I think they're roach. There's definitely some roach in the edges. We got a deep edge down there, haven't we?
Yes.
That's 2.5 foot. That. There's just not been. There's been no fish moving about either, has there? There's not been no fish like bow waving off. Not really foul hooks any. I think tomorrow, I think we're going to have to concentrate on the method stroke bomb and then short pole. I think we'll set the long pole up on here, but it's going to be more about just in case rather than actually fishing it.
It'll be more like a throwaway line then.
I think it will. I think you're going to have to concentrate on try and make that method work.
And what I realised today, that Des, when we were catching fish on the short pole.
This is on different lake, wasn't it? Yeah. When they come in, Zsolt, I think if they come in, they'll show themselves. I mean, a bit different on this peg down to our left because it is quite deep.
And the other thing was that when we caught like 2-3 fish after it went quiet,
yeah.
So it's like going to be probably ticking over.
Possibly,
lines.
yeah. I think that method you'd have to have clipped up right tight. Probably concentrate quite tight to the island, and then sometimes come off a little bit. Just to have a look. I know that's quite tricky to you know, get in the swing of that. But it might be a different day tomorrow. There's a bit of grub gone in today, so they might have a bit of a, you know, they might feel a bit better tomorrow. They've just been very moody, haven't they?
Oh yeah. Probably didn't have that. That's the first day when it's really.
Yeah, it's
nice
gone
weather.
warm, hasn't it? In typical English weather, it's all over the shop. But we spent. When I think about it, we spent a lot of time. I know we've been messing around trying a few things, but we've spent a lot of time where we probably should have been over there.
Yeah.
And persevering with that, you know, and then dropping on that short line. That's the thing. It's a big 17 drawers coming out with a big roach on it. So I think really, you know, it's completely different to the last coaching and Un-Coachable for certain. It's going to be a different, completely different. I think you're going to just stick that method back out, Zsolt, I reckon. Just dampen those. That's one thing you've got to do, though, is make sure you're looking after all your baits during the match tomorrow. So every time you chuck a method out, you've got your maggots there with water in. Just dampen off your pellets, ready. You know. Yeah, go on that method, mate. I don't think they're down the edge.
No, it doesn't.
I really don't. I think you're better off trying to get the last sort of fish. Because we've left that a while now, so it'd be nice just to go over there and see if there's anything there. But it might be worth just having a chuck right against the island. Because I think if we're going to get any big fish, they're going to be either against the island or down the edges. So if you just chuck that empty feeder out, unclip with the first clip, which is the one a bit off the island, and then just chuck it out in open water over to your left a bit.
The large feeder for
Yeah, I reckon. That's it. Take that first clip off, and then you'll know that you're set up for that island clip. Then just change that 6mm. Are those pellets all right? Yeah, they've gone a bit dry. This is all the little things you've got to be, you know, looking after. Let's get rid of them worms out of the way. I mean, just to let everybody know, we have tried. We did put we've put worm on the hook, and it didn't really happen, did it?
Corn.
We've tried corn, and we've had a few roach on corn. If anything, then probably them pellets, hard pellets, was as good as anything.
Yeah.
But
6mm pellets with micros.
Yeah.
That was the best.
So we've definitely learned. We've learned something. It's been a tough day, but no, I think we've learned enough. I wouldn't want to come here with you tomorrow without fishing today. I think you'd be really.
Oh yeah.
I think you'd be like. It is one of those venues, or this lake today has been one where. Do you know what I mean? You have got to be patient for certain. I think tomorrow, Zsolt, my honest opinion is you'll be fishing a method stroke bomb with a straight lead with maybe 8mm, 6mm, and you'll be dropping short on that pole now and again.
Yeah.
Just to have a look and just trying to nick the odd, possibly the odd bream, if you're lucky, the odd carp. Do you know?
Yeah.
And then if you're lucky enough, go down the edge. If you see some, feed it an hour and a half to go, possibly even 2 hours to go. Look after it with big pots of micros and maybe a bit of ground bait. And wait until they come in, if they come in. You'll have to excuse the old... it's been quite noisy with the old machinery going on in the background. But I think tomorrow, well, definitely, I think we're going to need 2 rods set up. One with a bomb on and one with a method.
Would you fish the bomb close to the island as well?
I think so, Zsolt. I think you've got to be within a, you know, I think you'll clip up tomorrow right tight and then like wind 3 or 4 turns on, re-clip up again. And, you know, just to give us the, you know, it might fish completely different tomorrow, but I think we just got to keep our options open. I think, like I said, I think being patient, you know, whatever you're doing is going to be key tomorrow. And I think you're going to have a little bit of luck in size of fish you catch as well.
Never had.
There's some, yeah, but there's always tomorrow, Zsolt. So we'll have, I think, you know, we'll have a chat tonight, make sure everything's all right. Going to get a couple of bags of 2 mils, a little bit of ground bait, and just swap between.
Yeah.
I mean, you could come tomorrow and just say, right, I'm going to go straight lead.
Yeah.
You know, bomb 8 mil over there, keep going, keep going. But I think if you fish the method, I think it'd be better for you. You've got a chance of catching an odd smaller carp as well as an odd bigger carp. So let's just hope that the weather tomorrow stays the same.
Apparently it's the same.
Yeah, so that might help it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. We've had a nice little practice here today. Zsolt's got into the swing of everything, and obviously tomorrow's the big day. Some of these guys that fish today might even be fishing tomorrow. So, and I think it's going to be. I think on this lake it's going to be quite tough. I think on the other lake with more bream, they might play a big part in actually building your weight up. We've had a couple of bream on here, but not enough to fish for them. Well, yeah, I think we've got to fish for them in a certain way, but not with probably like worms and stuff, you know. Well, Zsolt, shut the method back out. How long does that take? 3-4 minutes? 4 minutes. So going on to tomorrow, I think there's going to be quite a lot of rod fishing for you. I think this lake's definitely fished tough today. There's been very little caught on the pole. I've seen people fish long pole and short pole and it's not really happened. It's been an odd one, hasn't there? We've had a few, we've had a couple of bream, 1 carp, a few little fish. But looking at it, I think we've got to concentrate on method stroke bomb and maybe the short pole. And I don't mean short pole. I think on this lake you're going to be fishing a top kitten, maybe even a top kitten 4, like 10 metres. So yeah, I think after today, I'm just going to get me little cam going. So it's going to be a tricky one. It's going to be completely different to the ones we've done already, because I think it's out and out carp with an odd bream. I'll tell you what, don't they have phyto? I thought it was £10 when you were at that.
Like you in the morning.
It is a bit like me in the morning. So yeah, we're going to have a chat tonight. We're going to make sure we got everything ready for tomorrow. I think it's going to be, on this lake, it's going to be a tricky one. I think you're going to be fishing for carp, odd bream. But I think mainly, unless it does fish completely different tomorrow, I think there's going to be a lot of rod fishing. You know, being patient, odd fish, chucking about a little bit on the island or near the island, off and on, just trying to winkle out as many as we can, and hopefully late on the fish comes short on the pole, and if we're really lucky you might just get a few down the edge. But with a bit of bait gone in today, where's that thing trying to go, Zsolt? Oh, it's a ghosty. It's nice fish, eh? And these are going to be crucial tomorrow, these sort of fish. I'm sort of hoping we're back on this lake in a way, because we fished it today.
Are you?
Yeah. Are you? Zsolt wants to get on a shed for the bream.
Yeah, actually I do.
So yeah, we'll have a little chat tonight. We'll make sure everything's ready, and it's going to be definitely a different coaching than Un-Coachable, but he's done absolutely brilliant. His casting's got, you know, better and better, and hopefully it'll put him in good stead for tomorrow. But large feeder's been best. 6mm hard pellets. Let's hold him up, Zsolt. Last fish of the day, because we're going to go back and have some dinner.
You hope so.
Well, I hope so. I might have upset him too much today. Definitely, I think we've got enough big pellets for tomorrow. Just got to get a couple of bags of micros. We'll probably draw on the other lake tomorrow. It'll be completely different. So there you go, lovely fish, lovely Marston Fields carp to finish it off. Well done, mate. So thanks for watching, and the next time you'll see us.
Thank you for watching. Next time you see us on the live match.
On the live match, and hopefully he's going to draw a nice peg with a wind in his face. And it's absolutely stuffed with fish.
I don't think so that it's going to happen, but...
So there you go. Fingers crossed, and we'll see you on the live draw.